Yo, welcome back to another episode of Turning Hemmed Up. I'm your boy, LP.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Turning Hemmed Up. I'm your boy, LP82, along with my co-host,
Young Tic, a.k.a. Wordplay.
and of course,
Cousin Dwaine, baby.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So, of course, you guys already know the program now. You should. Cousin got the question.
Random. I'm starting off random.
Bust your random.
Straight into it. Give y'all a scenario, man.
Right,
All
run
right.
it.
Perfect world, perfect society. No crime, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you living in this world. You done grew up in it this whole time. That's all you know.
Right.
One day, your parents, they come and tell you, they say, the world we living in, it's a reason why it's so perfect. It's the reason why it's the way it is.
Right.
And they take you downstairs in the basement.
Right.
Yeah, this is getting weird. I was watching Lifetime over the weekend, so that's why I got a little weird. And they take you in this room, in the space, and you see a baby tied up. Baby about 3 years old, man, just screaming, hollering, right? And they say, they giving you a choice at this point. Now you know that the baby is living like this.
Mm-hmm.
You see it being abused, all kind of stuff. Do you stay in this world that you've known your whole life since birth, all the way up to 18 years old? It's been perfect for you.
Right.
Or do you say, I'm stepping away and take the risk of going into another world, another society, where it may not be exactly how it's been this whole time?
Well, in that other society, the baby's still suffering, right?
Automatically, there's nothing you could do to save the baby.
Then I will have to, if there's nothing I could do to save the baby, I have to stay in the perfect world. I mean, there's nothing I could do. I mean, me going away is not going to save the baby, so it's pointless to even leave away if it's a perfect world. I mean, and I'm not leaving my family behind or anything like that. So, I mean, I wouldn't wish that on the baby or anything like that, but realistically, I wouldn't move away because the baby's still going to suffer whether I move away or not.
LP?
Like you said, being that you know that the baby's suffering, it's no longer a perfect world. Because now you're going back into that society knowing that there's a baby suffering and that other people know that's a baby suffering. So your perception of that society has changed.
Yeah.
So it's no longer a perfect world. So, shit, I bounce. Fuck that. I'm out, motherfuckers.
What about you?
So you're staying, you're bouncing.
Fuck that, I'm out.
I would have to bounce, but of course I would have to. If my parents knew this whole time or whatever,
Exactly.
it's like this really ain't a perfect world.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
once you've been lied to, perfection is destroyed. Like, it's just a different outlook. So yeah, I would be out. I mean, I would run the risk of whatever comes from leaving, of course. So I'll tell you one thing that blows my mind though, with this perfect world, perfect society stuff,
Right.
is the common thing that people think that money solves all issues. If I had more money, then my life would be a little bit better, a little bit perfect. So thinking about the rap game, man, we see a lot of rappers flexing with the money, with the chains and all that stuff. And we know that rappers got other stuff that they deal with personally that's tough. They got to keep this image up or whatever the case may be. Why do you guys think that people want, for one, this lifestyle of having this money, having this lifestyle, not knowing and understanding that the grass isn't always green on the other side?
Yeah.
Like, why do you guys think that people are willing to still pay the price to live like that?
Well, I think with rappers, they put on this persona as if everything is perfect in their life,
Right.
You got the cars, the women, all of these things that you see on TV. So from the viewer's point of view, they see it and they look at like, oh, they can't do no wrong, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing's going on wrong in their life, but that's not really the reality of it. The reality is they have problems just like everybody else, so I mean, when they say the grass is greener on the other side, you got to really look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that something you really want to, put yourself into, and are you willing to deal with the things that come along with it?
Do you think money can? Do you think a certain amount of money, let's say $2 million, for life, for you? We're not rappers. We're not famous rappers, so to speak. We don't have a lot of money, but
I got an album coming out.
Say for instance, right now in this point in time, you got $2 million. Okay. That's a lot from what you had before or whatever. Do you think that your life would be better, or would it cause more complications, especially if the world knew you had $2 million?
I mean, to me, for me with money, I mean, you could have all the money in the world and be unhappy. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make it your life better. You might be better financially, but you still have problems just like anybody else, and you might have more problems than people with less money than you. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody who has a lot of money, I don't look at it like, oh, they're better than me or anything like that, because they might be dealing with the same things I'm dealing with. You know what I mean?
What you think, LP?
Shoot me the $2 million. I'll tell you guys when I'm damn near done with this, if my life changed or not. Hell, shit. Like, to be honest with you, it's like, we always do hear the same money, more problems. We always hear the same money doesn't solve all your problems and all that. But I've never had $2 million. So for once, I would like my financial problems to be solved. Not worry about everything else.
And also, like, if you never really came into that much money, you really don't know how you feel.
Exactly.
Until you actually reach that, where you making that type of bread where you can, you know what I'm saying? If you making millions and millions, you know what I mean? Your whole mindset is changing. So, from my perspective now, I would look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like money is everything or whatever, but who's to say my mindset might change once I actually get that money. You know what I mean? I would say it right now. Yeah, of course. No, I'm humble and all that, but we never actually hit that amount. You know what I'm saying? To actually, feel that way. So it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, it's people right now getting them stimulus checks acting like it's a wrap. Like, they don't got to go to work no more. They're running up a check. So it's wild, man. It's wild when you think about it. Yeah. One of the shows, man, that I've been into lately, man, I don't know if y'all seen it on TNT, is called Shaq's Life or something like that. It's about Shaquille O'Neal doing his thing, like his philanthropy work, his little Papa John stuff. And he had an episode where he was talking to his son on a vacation. He was asking his son, he was talking about it, seeing what he wanted to do with his life. And his son was kind of like, he gave him like a roundabout answer, wasn't really sure. And then Shaq kind of stopped him. He was like, I knew when I was a kid, like your age, I wanted to play basketball. Thinking about when y'all was kids, man, what was some of the, the dreams and aspirations y'all had since y'all was little? And now that y'all are grown, has it changed, or do y'all look back and say, man, I was absolutely bananas? Like, what was I thinking at that time?
You go first, LP.
Shit. I don't know, as a kid, for some reason, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to be like a rat or anything like that, or like, call me out. I wanted to be an FBI agent.
Snitch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I wanted to be like an FBI agent, or like in that world of like X-Files and shit. I was kind of like low-key into that shit. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Investigating
like,
aliens and stuff?
Hey, that shit's crazy. But I don't know. That's when I was a kid. So I really, I remember doing a project about that shit. Like, I really,
you was just talking about aliens before we got on the air, man.
Yes. They're out there. They're fucking out there. They're out there somewhere. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, that was probably, yeah.
I believe ever since I was 11, I wanted to be a rapper, Not really because of the lifestyle. Well, yeah, that's part of it, too. But
yeah, don't lie.
That's part of it, too. But mainly because... What's up?
Hey, if you don't keep that mic to your fucking
Man, you threw me all off, bro. All right.
11, you want to be a rapper
Nah,
Yeah.
for the
11
lifestyle, not
Yeah.
for the music at all. Just-
Nah, but at the age 11, I wanted to be a rapper. So I always wanted to pursue it only because I knew I had the skill to do it. I always felt confident that I could do it, and it was my passion. So that was always, that was always something I wanted to do. Now that I'm older and I evaluate the game and I see how it is, it ain't something I really want to push into. I still have the passion and the love for it, but that's not something I want to really make a career out of because of the simple fact, you got to be away from your family. It's a lot of things that take place with becoming a rapper. It's a lot of sacrifices you have to make, and those are like the sacrifices I'm willing to make at this point.
That's a fact, man. I respect that.
So you speak on it. For those that don't know, this man has accomplished something so great. Something so great. I don't even, to be quite honest with you, I don't even know. I've never met nobody even went to this damn school. Let alone graduate from this motherfucker. Please let the world know what you just accomplished.
Man, to the viewers out there, man, everybody, I just graduated from USC with my master's degree in social work. So
Man,
I'm going to go
that's
out here and
what's
make
Oh,
some,
it's a
some
master's?
change.
A
Yes, sir.
fucking master's.
And tell them what your GPA was, bro.
Man, I finished with a 3.82. I was kind of mad. I should have had the 4.0. I finished my semester with a 4.0, but my cumulative is 3.8. But it is what it
This
is.
dude is amazing, man.
That's crazy.
Stop.
Give it up for the man. Give it up for him.
Stop.
Congratulations.
Fight on, man. Fight on. Going with that, man, knowing, when we were kids, thinking about what we wanted to do, what we enjoyed doing. It's funny now that we're adults, and a lot of people say, like, man, I wish I was a kid again sometimes. I want to deal with bills and all this other stuff. And the other times we're like, nah, forget that. At what age did y'all realize that life is for real? It's not fun. There's no funny games no more. It's serious. Like, when did life hit for y'all?
That shit still ain't here for me. Life is full of games. You see the
Michael
media, them
Jackson.
niggas is playing games, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Oh. Shit, yeah, when you have kids and gotta go to work against your will and shit, like, I don't.
Where do you work? Where you at, man?
Nah, it's not like that, but like,
Concentration camp?
nah, but it's like one of those
Slave
type of
labor.
things, in the back of your mind, if you had it your way, you wouldn't go to work.
Tap
Like,
twice if you need us to rescue you, man.
Nah, I'm cool, man. But nah, it's more against the will because you got to do it for other people outside of yourself. So
Wait, so if you didn't have a kid,
I would not have a job, straight up.
you would not have
How
a
would you,
full-time job?
have to have a job to provide for yourself?
So, nigga, I collect cans, nigga. Nah, I'm
He's
fucking
not in
around,
that
but-
perfect world no
Yeah,
more.
you know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
left the baby where the baby was at.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Nah, real talk though. It's just, to me, I always felt like I was supposed to be a hippie or some shit. I think I was born in the wrong time frame or some shit like that.
Feeling like that too.
I'd be like, man. But other than that though, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get a job, go to school, do something with your life. But yeah.
I believe when I was 18, I think that's when I realized that it wasn't no fun and games. When I got out on my own and realized there was bills and ain't too many people you can call on when you got bills and they pass due. You got to make it work for yourself. So you start to realize it ain't a game. You gotta handle your business. And I had kids. My two daughters. That's when I realized. I gotta really put my foot on the gas and try to figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. I know for me, it definitely hit the first time I dealt with racism and law enforcement. That's when I realized, like, yeah, it's not a game. You got to stay equipped out here, especially as a black man. I was like, yeah, this is not what I thought it was, like, at all.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna go into details about that story. We've been going with this theme so far, man, just talking about, perfection, money, having more money, life in general. What in your opinion, is the definition of perfect? If there even is perfect.
I don't believe there's a definition on that. I don't think anything is perfect. But God, really. You know what I'm saying? So as far as this world we in, nothing's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even give you a definition for that.
What can come close in your lives that you would say is close to being perfect?
Close to being perfect. I mean, stableness, you know, sanity. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not losing your mind. You just living a peaceful, trying to live a peaceful life with your family. You know, and do what you do, not to involve yourself in anything that's gonna, give you drama or anything like that, but just to live a normal life. I think that's probably the thing that comes close to perfect, but it's still problems with that.
LP?
You know, the real question is, do we want it perfect though?
I don't even think we want it perfect.
Hell no, with shit perfect.
Now that I think about it, I don't even think we want it perfect.
The only thing
I like a little drama.
The only thing I want perfect is a tomahawk steak and some fried chicken. You do that perfect, we good. But I mean, what you think, man? Like if you could look at your life, something that's close to perfection or perfect, what would you pinpoint?
You know, to be honest with you, nothing's close to perfect. Not one thing. I can't even draw a perfect line. Like,
That's rough.
yeah. Well, I don't think anybody could draw a perfect line. I think that's like really actually like a hard thing to do. But
Get you a ruler, you'd be all right.
hey, man, I even see some people do some crooked shit with a ruler
That's
too.
bad.
Even going through something, like if you're going through things, I feel like that's a good thing because you need something to learn from, and it builds character. So I would even say like a person that I'm talking to, I would want them to be, somebody that I can go to is somebody I want that has been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? That could actually help me out on something. You know what I mean? Because maybe they've been through it and I can learn something off of them. You know what I mean? But for someone that ain't been through nothing, everything was perfect in their life, you can't really tell me anything. You haven't been through anything in your life. So you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to go to you and get advice for anything because you just going off the whim. You probably don't even know what's going on.
I ain't gonna ask that nigga. I'm gonna follow that nigga. Like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, nigga, like, why is this nigga so perfect? God damn. Nah. What's the next? Wait, your definition.
No, there is no. You said earlier, God is the closest thing to it, man. I tell you, what's not perfect is these rent prices out here in California. This don't make no sense. We need to revisit this. The cost of living out here. This is ridiculous, man.
It's crazy.
So, people say California is the most expensive state to live in the entire world, the entire U.S. Why do y'all think that it is, man? We've been here our whole life down there, and it ain't changed. Why do y'all think it's like that? Besides, of course, the obvious, the glitz and glamour. Like, why do y'all think it's like that?
In California, I mean, I believe that it's probably expensive because there's just a lot of things to do out here, and everybody's about the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So, whenever there's places with a lot of things going on, I think it's gonna raise the value on a lot of things, and prices go up.
I think the perception of California, of course, it's to us, we're so used to it, Like I always tell people, like people was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move here, but like minimum wage is like low as fuck out there too though. So it's like the cost of living. Like if you come from out here with the salary and go somewhere else and still keep that salary, oh yeah, you're doing good. But if you don't have no skill or nothing and you move to another state, you're gonna be living the same exact way you're living in California. The only difference is, yeah, you may have a house, but you're still going to be in a bad neighborhood in a house. Like, it doesn't mean that you're going to leave California and then become instantly rich as soon as you cross the state line. So I think a lot of times California is more expensive because of the perception of other people in other states. Mm-hmm. Like, California makes more money off of motherfuckers coming to live in California as opposed to people that live in California because they can benefit from a lot of the state's programs and all that type of shit. So I think it's the perception.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine who just recently moved out of the state and took a job in Arizona. Of course, the pay is a lot different than out here, but also the cost of living is a little bit cheaper than California. If y'all had a dream, I guess a dream opportunity, dream job, but it's in like say for instance Wyoming or West Virginia or something like that, and the company is willing to bring you out, relocate you, and all that stuff, but the only catch is you can't bring your family at this time. But it's your dream job. The pay is good. You got a little house set up. You can't bring your family to maybe like a year later. Would you relocate and take that job, or would
Yeah.
you stay in California?
Hell yeah, I'll take that job. If it's my dream job, shit, they gotta understand that it's my dream job. All right, and to me, I think in those type of situations, like a lot of families go through that type of stuff. Where they, like, there's even people that go through that as far as relocating to a whole nother country and dealing with that. If I'm just moving to Wyoming, my family's still in California, and I'm still able to provide, and then only that within that year, move them out here to where they can live even better. Oh shit! And I'm like happy where I'm at, nigga. I'm there.
You wouldn't feel low key
Fuck
sad not being around your family?
Nah.
LP don't care about his family, y'all.
Nah, it's not. It's
No, just joking.
nah. You know, it's not the perception of me not caring. It's just the whole simple fact that if it's gonna make me a better person,
Investment.
yeah. Like the thing of one thing that breaks up a lot of families is because a lot of times the parents' career professions are not the best. Their work, their hours are different. They're not doing what they want to do. So, it's less time with the kids. And not only that, the parents is arguing. Like, if I can be able to be in a situation to where I can afford to where everybody can have the things that they want, the mother's at home. I'm happy coming home. Like the whole 50s vibe of jobs and shit like that. Shit, I'm not trying to say women should be able to do what they want to do, but it should be a want, not a have to. So, I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, with me, if it's an opportunity for me to still see, my kids, my family, I would take that opportunity. It might be sacrifices sometime to where you away for a while, but if it's gonna be beneficial in the long run, I would take that chance.
Facts, man. I respect that. If you did, say for instance, you did take that job, what would that job be like? What type of jobs could y'all really do for the rest of y'all life and never quit, like never stop doing?
Porn star. No, I'm playing.
Yes,
you're
just a sick dude.
I would say at this point in my life right now, I could be a ghostwriter for different, artists, rappers, and be comfortable with that all the time. Because I mean, for me, I love to rap anyway, so that's a passion for me. So if I could do that for the rest of my life, I'd do that.
You wouldn't want to just be the main guy at some point, just on the stage. They rapping all your songs, making money off of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not really an open book like that. I'm an open book if you know me, but I don't like a lot of people in my business all the time.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with my family. So, I would keep it, to where I'm ghostwriting and recouping the money from that, you know what I'm saying, and getting bread from that. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Was that really your answer for your dream job, or was
fuck yeah? Nah, shit. I don't know, like making beats. Like there's like quite a few people that I follow on Instagram, YouTube, the whole social media thing, that actually do that type of stuff to where they're able to, create and be with their family. Not only that, do stuff with their family, involve them in that. So anything that I could just do from what I know right now and be able to have the time to do, the family thing and then whatever else, yeah. So I would say making beats probably. I don't know. Buy a beat, please. Help me out.
Beats is fire too, y'all. No cap.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you. And he raps too.
I think I would have to say for me, some type of activist, some type of social justice activist, like a MLK, even if it was like a Malcolm X or a Stokely Carmichael or Angela Davis, like one of those type of people that impact, the world, impacts the society, leave a legacy to some degree. Man, you know what I see a lot of dudes doing, man, that impresses me too, and like you see it with athletes like Tom Brady right now being in his 40s and he's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like there is no end for him.
Yeah.
But he's living out his dream right now, playing in the NFL. Do you guys think sometimes with some of these guys we'll see in sports or music or whatever they're in, they've hit that peak? Do y'all think that dreams have an expiration date for people? Like, should they shut it down at some point, or should there be more of a push to just keep going, like just keep pursuing that dream till its end, pretty much?
I think it just depends on what the dream is, you know. If it's just say a doctor or a lawyer or something, you know, I would say, you know, keep driving and keep pushing on it until it comes, you know. And there's really no age limit, but for something like just say a rapper, you know what I mean? You're not going 40, 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? If you're still trying to rap and really trying to pursue that, I think it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because it's more of a young man's game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that in that particular part, it should be an expiration on that. You know, so it just really depends on what your dreams are. You know what I mean?
So if an up and coming rapper came up to you, LP, and he's 57, first
Grandpa.
about to drop an album, and he's telling you like, this is my dream, this has been my goal. What is your advice to him? What do you tell him?
You better have a fucking spin to that shit. You better make that shit creative as fuck. You better be rapping at every retirement home. Nigga, you better be rapping about retirement, Social Security. Nigga, you better be rapping about all that shit, because when you do that type of stuff, like let's look at it in this perspective, right? 20, 30 years ago, people that were in hip-hop, there was like a small hand of people that were at that age to where 40 and 50 years old that were a part of hip-hop. Now we got like even guys like Jay-Z, he's 50, Diddy is 50, and there are guys before him that are 60 years old and stuff like that. So now hip-hop is evolving to where you're going to have 40-year-old, 50-year-old people will still want to rap. So I say, if you're going to rap, make that shit, put a spin on it. Don't be rapping about being in the club and shit, because don't nobody want to hear that from you.
Nobody club.
You better evolve. You better be rapping about raising your grandchildren. You better come up with a catchy ass song about how to take care, watch your grandson or some shit like that, or teach him how to fish. I don't know. Be creative, because we live in a world where the slightest thing can turn into a movement.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, you could be whack and be slobbering all over yourself, rapping in the video, and that shit goes viral. Now everybody gonna want you, hey, I'll pay you to come to my club just to slobber everywhere. Like, I don't know. Like, this is weird. We live in this day and age. So I think it's easy. Not easy. Anybody can do it, but you have to have a niche.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, let me take that back, because as far as hip hop goes, you know, you can be, I believe, 45, 50, or if you got a hit song, I believe, and it hits viral, it's still possible for you to actually make it. You know what I mean? So I would take that back, you know, as far as that, you know.
It better be catchy, though.
You know, but it actually has to be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be something that sticks and for everybody to like, you know. And, like, you know, people that's already in the game, you got the Snoop Dogg, E40s, all these people that's 40 and up, and they rapping still, you know, they build up a legacy to where, you know, they can still do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got longevity in the game to where they can keep putting out music like that, you know. So if you are that age, I believe, as long as you come in with a hit, you know what I'm saying, it's possible.
So pretty much the consensus is, kids, never give up on your dreams. Stay focused. But if you're 57 trying to rap, shut it down. No, I'm just joking. Have a niche.
Have a niche. You better be creative as fuck.
I'll tell you somebody who didn't give up on their dream. Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Never gave up on his dream.
The flux capacitor?
He wanted to travel in time, man. And you know what's funny? I watched all three of the Back to the Futures this weekend, man. And
yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man. But it had me thinking, though, like, if I was to travel back in time, what age and what time period would I go back in, man? And, like, what would I change? Like, what things would I make better? Or what things would I do differently? I'm gonna put this on y'all, man, because I know what my answer was.
All right, let's get your answer out first.
I would definitely go back to my freshman year of high school and do better in school. Overall, just took school way more seriously, took football more seriously. I think I could have, went to the league or something. But also the things that I was thinking about that I would change would probably be my approach to dealing with my parents sometimes. Like, because, once when you get older how your parents are or things that they do, it kind of makes you look at them a little bit differently than when you're a kid. You think they're just on your head or the helicopter parent or whatever the case may be. So I would change that, like just having more appreciation, I guess.
Yeah.
So back to y'all. See how you try to throw that on me on the spot like that?
Well, no, because
Right,
usually we kind of go through ours first, and then we kind of like you just hop to the next question. And sometimes you don't get your opinion.
That's the setup.
I know, but I want you to get your opinion
like that
off.
every week, man.
Got him.
I'm just joking. All right, where would y'all go? Time period, maybe age, or what would y'all change if y'all could travel back in time? For y'all in particular, like no big world issues and stuff like that.
Well, looking back at it, like me now, I would probably go back. I would say around 14, just like you. I would, just try to do better with the things I was doing before. Being young like that, you make a lot of mistakes, a lot of wrong decisions in your life. I was doing a lot of ditching and all of that stuff, in class and. Things that I could have prevented, and tried to learn, get a good education, and, things would have probably turned out a lot, I would have probably had a better outcome, you know what I mean? Which not saying that my outcome is bad now, but, it could have been probably a lot better had I went to class, did what I need to do, go to college, and follow my dreams, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Right. For me, I wouldn't change nothing. And the real reason why is because sometimes it's like it's like I would like to think that would be cool, but then I might be a different person that I wouldn't even like, or I wouldn't be in the situation. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I think it's just shit. Either you just learn from your mistakes and just keep it pushing and preach to the ones that do make those mistakes. I couldn't change nothing.
Big
Fuck
facts.
it.
Big facts, man.
Spilt milk. Fuck it.
Well, we all know that's a dream. That'll never really happen. But like you said, man, just learn from your mistakes and push on and push forward. We all trying to accomplish certain things that we put in place. I know for me, this school thing was huge, man, for me to finish that goal. Yeah. I think a lot of time people get things misconstrued between what a goal is and what a dream is. I want to hear y'all definitions on what do y'all think the difference is between the two. Because I hear a lot of people try to merge them together, which I don't agree with personally. But
well, I believe a dream is something that you want to accomplish overall. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be that, whatever it is you want to be. A lawyer, just say, a dream to be a lawyer is that's the dream, that's the vision you have that you want to do that. A goal is, I believe, is taking the steps to do it. You know what I mean? Like the goal, okay, like how you have short-term goals, you want to get to this point, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I would say that would be the difference for me.
Can you give an example in your own personal life that you can say you set steps to achieve the goal and it worked out?
There's a lot of things in my life that I set goals for and I've accomplished it. For one is my house. From where I started, I had a little small apartment, you know what I'm saying, and work towards it, but trying to get my credit right, and getting a house to where it'd be comfortable for me and my family, you know what I'm saying? And I actually got that, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big accomplishment. That's a big, goal for me.
Facts. 82.
Like as Terrence said, goals and dreams is pretty much they work hand in hand. There's no separation. It's just some people just don't look at it like that. Some people look at their short-term goals as their dreams. I don't know. It's all about perception, but at the end of the day, but it's pretty much the same way of looking at his take. So, yeah.
Has there been anything in recent years that you dreamed about and it actually came to fruition?
I really don't like have like big dreams. I'm just more of a type of person. I just see it for what it is. So, like for instance, like for me personally, like with music or learning how to do certain things, like my goal is to figure it out, and I figure it out, and that be the end of it. I don't see too far in the future like that. I take it one day at a time. So,
what about you?
That's real. Definitely, I agree with both of you guys' perception of the dream and goal. Definitely got to put for a goal, putting procedures, a plan together to make sure that you and being realistic. I think sometimes people have unrealistic goals that are just like, dude, come on, man, like. I'm gonna make $1 million in 2 months. Like you can, but it depends on what you're.
It gotta be realistic.
Yeah,
it gotta be realistic.
And then
writing it down too.
Yeah, and put it on the wall. Like I would do that with everything that I want to accomplish. Write the 5 things I want to do, put it on the wall, put it in my Bible, whatever, and I pray on that. But I think a dream for me is something that you almost vividly process it in your mind that you want to see it happen. And then maybe it comes into fruition, but you got to put in the hard work to do it. But sometimes there's really no plan for a dream. Sometimes it's just kind of like I'm gonna go to the studio and make a song. Hopefully it pop or whatever you're trying to accomplish. One thing that I do think is important and somebody that inspires me as an artist is Meek, man. Meek Mill. Mm-hmm. Every time I listen to that Dreams and Nightmares intro,
oh yeah,
it's a rap. Like that's my joint right there. Like when I'm working out or I'm feeling unmotivated, I listen to that joint and it sets me on fire, man. So I know that's for me. What is y'all top 2, top 3 tracks that's y'all go-to joint in any mode or any mood you in?
You said 3?
Yeah, give me 3, man. Give me 3 solid ones.
I'll probably have to go with Lil Wayne, Hit 'Em Up off the Carter 2. I love that. That every time I hear that, I get amped up for some reason. You know that one. That Illy T.I. on Paper Trail.
Oh yeah, that was the joint.
Yeah, that one slapped too. And one more would probably be Ice Cube, No Vaseline.
Wait, what? No, I'm just joking.
Ice Cube, No Vaseline slapped to me.
Man.
Still to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got off on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. That'd be my 3. What about you?
Shit. Dream Chasers, Meek Mill, the intro, of course. That one go. I don't know. Like I like that shit by Drake, Worst Behavior. I like that song.
Ooh, yeah. That song make you feel some type of way. Like everybody that ever slept on you.
Yeah. That song. What else would be? I would have to say, shit. I can't think of nothing else. But those 2 songs for sure. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I like that one song with Jay-Z and Rick Ross.
Freemason?
Nah, you know I
Teflon
got it.
Don?
Nah. Off of the Magna Carta.
Oh, okay, with that beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did that beat?
I don't know. Probably I don't know whoever producer was at that time. Come fuck me, you know I got it.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
that's
That
the one
shit
you
go.
talking about. Yeah,
But that's just a Lucy though. That's just one I just threw out there because I couldn't think of shit else. But I'm pretty sure there's more that come before that. But yeah.
So you had that one. What's the other 2? You said.
Dang. The other 2 will probably be Drake. What's this? It's off of Scorpion. I can't even think of it. It's the intro. It's like the intro to the album.
The intro on Scorpion.
I can't remember it, but that one, because I like those songs where you like the underdog and you coming up, you know, doing your thing. And then I would probably say Big Sean, Bigger Than Me. That song always make me feel a type of way for sure. So,
Yeah. I believe music definitely, make people get in a different zone. Certain songs, music is important. How important would y'all say music is on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say music is a 10, man. Like people get so inspired off of certain songs and motivated off of certain songs, or even when they're depressed, like listening to certain songs.
Get through the day,
man. They help you so much. I'll say it's a 10 for sure.
Yeah, I would say music is a 10. Especially when you have like there's certain genres of music that do bring a certain vibe out of you. Like for calmness and stuff like that, I really been listening to a lot of lo-fi. I get a lot. I don't know. It's weird because I've never really even at work, I never really played music or anything like that to kind of get through the day. But I've noticed I can accomplish a lot more when I tune everything else out. But when you know what I'm saying, just and I do that with music. So if I tune everything else out, I get a lot of shit done. But everybody's different, so that's what I use, lo-fi.
What would you say? What would you rate it as?
I think it's definitely a 10. Music has been part of my life forever. You know what I'm saying? Since I started rapping. You know what I mean? Like my actual first rap was inspired off of Ice Cube. I first heard what was that? Check Yourself. And that's what inspired me to rap. I heard that, and then I was so intrigued on it. I wanted to learn the lyrics, so I wrote down the whole lyrics to it, and I felt like I can do it. You know what I mean? Like I was listening to it, I was like, how he was wording everything, and I was like, let me try this, And then I started my first rap, trying to do it like that, and just from there, I just been doing it all the time, constantly. Repetition, I think, is important for everything in life. If you're doing things constantly over and over again, you have no choice but to be good at it. So
The fact.
I feel like repetition plays a big part in life, period. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be making beats, constantly over and over again. You're going to eventually get good at it,
That's a fact, man. Make sure y'all drop in the comments, man, y'all top 3 songs that get y'all motivated and hyped up as well. We definitely want to know.
Yes, sir.
Definitely tap in, man. Before we close it out, I gotta ask y'all: did y'all see the Last Dance documentary? The Michael.
I've been hearing about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Man, that thing was phenomenal, man. It made me look at MJ a little bit differently, but it made me also respect what he brought to the game too, man.
I definitely want to see it because the point of view, the people been telling me that Michael Jordan was, he wasn't a good person in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to see another side of that and see, exactly what it is. Like a documentary with him, right?
Yeah, it made me think about that when you were talking about repetition, constantly being. That's all he did, man. Just shoot that ball.
Yeah, he got work ethic.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Over and over.
No, go ahead. You got anything?
Oh, no, go ahead.
All right.
Somebody go ahead up in here.
I don't. Nah. So this concludes another episode of Turning Him Up. I'm your boy LP82 along with my co-host
Young Tic, a.k.a. Wordplay.
and
Cousin Dwaine, baby.
we're out.